the anchorage in Porto Santo and in the harbour, which is lovely because it's been quite windy for the last few days. 4-6. I was anchored on the far side of that trimaran I dragged, so I came in here and it was much better. It's the marina just inside, but it's full. So hopefully get out of here tomorrow and head for Porto. So hopefully the forecast is looking good to get out of here tomorrow and head for the Portuguese coast and have a look there. It'd be nice to go back to Porto. I like the Portuguese coast, the Algarve. So I'm going to go in the dinghy now and go uptown and buy some groceries and get ready for tomorrow. Isn't it beautiful here? I'll show you more of the island as I walk uptown. So I have the dinghy ready to go and get some groceries. The main square in Porto Santo, and they have a lovely garden made for Easter. Isn't it lovely? So just leaving Porto Santo, next stop Portugal. About 4 days, maybe 5 days. The forecast is light, but won't be as heavy weather as it was coming up from Tenerife. So all good. So it's a lovely day for leaving. There's light winds forecast today and tomorrow, and then after that, as I approach Portugal, we should have 18, 19, which would be nice. Get fast across the shipping lanes. So nice to be back out. Feel the boat moving. Beautiful. So out from Porto Santo, another yacht outside us, an Irish yacht. I was just chatting with them on the VHF. So they're heading for Spain, North Spain. So we're more or less on the same course. So it'd be nice to keep an eye on them on AIS, SB, Hibernian. Nice chat with them in the VHF. So very light winds today, 8 knots. And we're still doing 3 and 4 knots, so she's an exceptional boat. Not very fast at the moment, but moving in the right direction, which is always good. Someone commented last week they'd like to see the Aries, my self-steering, working, so I'm just going to shoot a short video of that now as well. So this drum is onto the wheel with these 2 lines. So as the blade turns, as the blade catches the wind, I have the blade pointing into the wind. This. And it turns the rudder below. I'll show you. Very clever. And as it does, then it turns the wheel. So I just keep following the wind direction. What a clever man that invented that. Certainly makes my life easy. Bye Madeira, Porto Santo. These 2 lines I have running into the companionway, into the cabin. I can control with one pull red for port, and all I had was yellow for starboard. So if I pull the red one, I go to port 5 degrees. So it's quite easy. I can control it from here, especially when the weather is bad. So what a beautiful night to be sailing the first night under such a lovely full moon. It's almost full. Gives great daylight on the sea, which is it's a very different feeling. This ship here is about 2 nautical miles away, a big cruise liner as far as I know. So a lovely pleasant evening. Totally becanned, so making a nice dinner today with the pressure cooker. I'll give you a look outside now. So the dinner's on, about 4 knots of wind, and we're doing 2. That's not too bad. Slowest journey so far. But, kind of frustrating being becanned, but it's amazing for a boat this size and weight that even with the smallest bit of wind, she will just tip along and keep her course. Beautiful day. So I'm hoping that the wind will pick up this evening as the sun goes down. Some days I find it very frustrating being becanned. Today not. I don't know why. I've washed some clothes, some towels, had a wash myself, cooking nice food. I'm going to sit in the cockpit, not worry about it. We're doing 2 knots. I'm going to relax and enjoy it. At least we're moving, and the sails are staying full. If the sails were banging over and back, I would be annoyed, but it's nice. Just barely holding shape, which is nice. So no panic, we'll get there. I also downloaded a forecast before I left, and saw the forecast before I left, I should say. I'm pretty sure there'll be wind and plenty of it for the rest of the next 3 days. So that's good. So isn't it gorgeous? We do a walk on deck. It's a nice gentle motion to the boat. And lucky enough to have the sails up because it stops her rolling and pitching. Beautiful blue. Absolutely blessed. How lucky. Myself and Waxwing skipping along. No pressure. We're not even on course. But we're moving. I love it. This is the upside of being becanned, excuse the mess. I bought some fresh chicken and made like a chicken stew with potatoes and carrots, with some bread and cheese. And I'm going to sit in the cockpit and relax. Dolphins to show me the way. Oh, he's coming back. Say hello. Hello. Oh, you're so lovely and fast. Woo! I had engine failure yesterday. I'm hoping it's the filters. I always carry spares. So I've turned and run with the wind. I don't fancy going to the coast of Portugal or the shipping lanes without an engine and headwinds. So I'm only 100 miles, nautical miles from Porto Santo still. So I'm going to change the 2 filters and bleed it and hope for the best. So let's see how this goes. And hopefully it's just dirty diesel, and I'll check the tanks and all that when I get in. I could always sail in and anchor under Porto Santo off the beach as well without the engine if I had to. It's an old engine, it's tricky to bleed. I have to bleed the filter, the main one, the primary, and then the pump itself. And it's tricky because I got to go to the cockpit to turn it over. So anyway, hopefully I'll let you know. Cool. I'm always worried that it won't seat right and drip, but it seems to be sitting in right. Okay, that's enough. So I already have this. It's hard when I have the camera balanced, but I already have this in line for situations like this, and you can see the air coming out here as I bleed the filter and fill it with and I try to catch anything that drips in here because I don't want a stinky boat. So there it is, it's full. And just make sure all the bubbles are gone. And I'm catching everything in under here. So I just tightened up that bleed screw again. It's always a gamble how tight you tighten it. I'll check them all later anyway, but seems good. Didn't waste too much. And no leaks, which is the main thing. And I'll put this under just in case. So secondary filter, same procedure. It's not tricky as we're bouncing around. So I just lay everything out, get it ready. And fit it and bleed it, same as the other one. Okay, presto. So I couldn't get the engine going. Nice big swell. So I'm glad that I turned and went back to Porto Santo. I'll be there tomorrow by lunch. I was pretty sure I'd get the engine going because I could bleed it. I've bled it so many times, but it obviously wasn't that. So I can sail into Porto Santo and anchor. I'll probably get a tow in or something, but it's a nice sail back. wind is well down, and we got about 3 hours to go and sail up here with no engine and drop the anchor. About 7 and 8 knots, which is nice. So that's good. I didn't always have an engine in a boat when I was younger, so having to sail to an anchorage isn't ideal, but it's something I did a lot when I was younger. So I'm hoping that the wind will shelter as I get in under the island and just sail up off the beach and drop the anchor. I told you yesterday I didn't get the engine going. The wind is down, but the sea state is still messy. The lumpy sea, same all last night. So it was a very good idea to turn back. I was only 100 miles out, and I didn't want to cross the shipping lanes without an engine. Obviously, heading into mainland Europe, Gibraltar, Cabo Vincent. The irony was that my main reason to go to Portugal was I was going to pick up some work. I need to get some work, but I was also going to overhaul the engine. So I left it a bit late, maybe. But anyway, hopefully, when in the shelter in here, I'll get it sorted and get back out again. Winds when we get into the shadow of the island, so I'll probably put up full sail to the anchorage. We'll see, I'll make it up as we go now. So here we are coming in along, and then I just got to go up, drop the anchor there. Just outside. I have 2 places marked actually, 3. So the sailing community are great. I text 2 friends of mine that are in Porto Santo, and they've organised a boat called Orion, a yacht to come out, and after I anchor, they're going to tow me into the harbour. Peter and Christina, a couple I met from Germany. I met them in La Gomera last year, so they organised that. So thanks, Peter and Christina. See you soon. The beautiful yacht Orion to our rescue. Peter and Christine. They get points later on, or whatever they want actually. So it's going well. People are so friendly and so helpful. And the anchorage looks lovely and quiet. So it's all working out. So I'm waiting for my laundry to dry. There's a laundry service in there. Well, there's a machine, you can just use it, it's lovely. But one of my favourite things is walking around boat yards. Just looking at all the boats, different shapes, sizes. Talking to people, seeing what problems they have. Everyone always has some issue, engine like I have, or just anti-fouling and anodes. But it's lovely, I love boats. But you can just walk around all day looking at them, look at them all. So Friday morning, the 13th or 14th of April, I got lucky. There's a boat coming out of the marina to be lifted out into the boat yard. There was no space in the marina, so it's quite windy, that's why I'm inside. It was a bit windy outside. The video's already been windy actually, but So I have 4 people with dinghies to try push waxwing from the anchorage into the marina, which is going to be interesting because it's gusting about 20-22 knots. It's hard enough to get her in here with an engine or into any marina sometimes. Normally she's pretty good, so I'm a bit apprehensive about that, but it'll be good to get her in, and then I can start working on the injector pump, getting that off, getting it to Funchal. The lads are going to be here shortly, and we're going to start see how easy it is to push waxwing with dinghies. So fingers crossed. So that's where I was in the anchorage. I had 4 dinghies tow me in. My heart's still in my mouth, but we got her in here. 4 dinghies pushing her along. She's a big boat to be pushing along like that. So we're all having coffee now in the cockpit, which is lovely. Ooh. So as you can see, we got in safe. Worked really, really well. I'm delighted now. I'm going to whip out the injector pump, and I've a choice. I can probably bring it to Funchal. There's another boat here and they had the same problem with the injector pump. 99% sure it's the injector pump. So I'm going to get it refurbed, put it back in, and hopefully all will be good. It's been an eventful week. But the most important thing that stands out is just the camaraderie and how everyone helps each other, and as I would if somebody else was stuck. It's just lovely. So big thanks again to Peter and Christina. Lothar, the man that told me in, and on Orion, lovely gentleman, and Laurie and Kelly, and everybody here in the marina. Everyone kind of came and took ropes, and it's tricky to bring a big boat like this in without an engine. It's tricky even with the engine sometimes, but with 4 little dinghies and a couple of outboards, it all worked well. So wishing everyone a great weekend, and stay safe. Waxwing out.